what is going on? My name is Koi. For those that don't know me, we're going to get into this collective reading for the winter solstice, right? And I'm going to do for all signs of the zodiac sign, just a little message for affirmations, and then what to look forward to in this energy, what to be doing, what to be like calling in, you know what I mean, during this energy of the winter solstice. Now, for those that don't know, the winter solstice marks the first day of winter, right, on this side of the earth, where it's the shortest day and the longest night. And if you're on the other side, it's the opposite, right? But it's definitely a time to look within, self-reflect, understand what's going on with your mindset, what's going on with your emotions, and release the things that aren't serving you, right? So you can call in new things. It's definitely a nice time to set some intentions. I haven't quite yet because, as you can see, I'm in a new space right now. For those that know, if you haven't been following me, I'm in a new space. I did a big move, and I released a lot of things, and moves are unsettling for me. But I'm still taking time to settle. It's been about 2 or so weeks, but I'm cozy enough to do what I do. I have my business Array of Gratitude on pause because I really want to really work on this project that I'll tell y'all after if you stick around. But I just really want to tend to myself a little bit deeper, a little bit more. And I think it's the perfect time to start during the solstice because it is a time to look within. Just like, again, like with animals, they hibernate, right? They get ready for that spring, that new year. And even though I wish we could hibernate, we kind of do it in a way with our energy, right? So let's get into this collective reading. All right. I'm nice and cozy today. I really want to start showing up in a little bit more like cuter. But I know I'm still cute, okay? So let's get into this reading, okay? So we're going to let's do the collective reading, and then I'm going to do the all signs and break that down for the sun, moon, and rising signs, all right? Cool. So let's see. I'm going to do a spread that's really just talking about the light and the dark and what's the bridge, right? And how to transmute this energy, okay? Get two cards for light. Okay. Oh, wow, this is so funny. Okay. Let's do this. Nice. Oh, yes. Let's get one more for the dark. Okay. Yes, I'm loving it. I'm freaking loving it. Where's the bridge at? Let's bring these energies. One card. Thank you. Okay. 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 Let's wait for the transmuting, okay? So we have I said light and dark, but I want to start with the dark, okay? We have these two energies right here, which is the Hermit and the Strength card. And the Hermit, what was I talking about with hibernation, right? We really like taking time to look at our skills, our talents, review the past year, right? And also, how do I say this? Because it's also like for some of us, a lot of us, because I speak to my peoples that are in my Queen of Wands club, right? But also those that resonate with the term creative soul, creativepreneurs, and spirit entrepreneurs, right? We've been taking time to really reflect at ourselves, but also like find the light, like be that lantern. Turn it on in dark situations. Some of y'all may resonate with the term light worker. This light work is not that light. But when you find that light, when you trust that light, especially within you as well as around you, it becomes a little bit less heavy, a little bit less dense. And this is what this strength card is really talking about. I'm also looking at something is giving birth. This the pelvis bones, right? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Lord knows I know these bones. I used to be a massage therapist. We had to learn every bone in the body. So it's like blooming, and it's reminding me of women giving birth, like the womb space here. And this color actually is like a coral orange / pinkish. And yeah, serpents, snakes, they are also sometimes deemed like negative, but like the positive sides about that is shedding skin as well as creativity. And again, we're figuring out the process. For those that are taking time during this winter solstice energy, we're figuring out our process. We're doing the scientific hypotheses, right? What are we trying to create here? What is the trial and error? What makes sense to put things together so you can step into the next space, right? Oh, I forgot to do my, I'm looking at this because I forgot to do my breath with you guys, but it's all good, right? And for a lot of us too, I think that it's like a lot of us kind of have been already in this hermit mode for a while, like distancing ourselves from people, you know, kind of having that social anxiety. And I kind of just want to say, I don't know if this is for a specific person or not, but really spending time during this winter, this season, it may not be social anxiety. It may have been the things that cause certain traumas or just certain situations that you haven't quite shed, right? That spark this anxiety around social activities. You know, some people just naturally are wired like shy but reserved and have that social anxiety. Others have been through some things, right, that have caused you to retreat and stay in hermit mode. But I do believe now those that have been doing the work, those that have been in wanting to and desiring to really find the light within dark spaces, are going to actually be able to find the light. It's reminding me, I went with my godson the other day, not the other day, but to this science center that we have in Jersey, and they still have this touch tunnel. And I was telling him about how when I was younger, I don't know, probably around his age, it was kind of terrifying for me. I went in there like excited, but I do remember having like a mini panic attack when I look back on it, because one, it was about to close, and two, I felt like I was lost. I couldn't find my way out. And they have these new improved things now. What is that? Damn near 20 years later. But it's like, yo, I couldn't find my way out. But I remember my sister's like, yo, it's time to go. I'm like, nah, I need help. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I think I don't know if I really don't know. I kind of feel like her voice, right, as she spoke, I was able to like get out. But I'm telling this story because, again, sometimes we panic, right? It's scary in the dark at times. There's certain shadows that look like certain things that you just don't know. Certain things that you might feel in the dark, right, may feel like, what in the world did I just touch? But if the light was turned on, you'd be like, oh, this is just water or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think during this time, it's really reviewing a lot of things that you may deem negative, a lot of things that have happened that just didn't feel good, right? And really start calling in your strengths again. What does feel good for you, right? Maybe you've been hitting a brick wall, right? Because you were trying something new that you haven't done before. And you're trying to understand, like, okay, well, like, how do I break through? Maybe breaking through is just surrendering. Surrendering can be the hardest thing. It could be the hardest thing. But when you can surrender, you can also look at your strengths, right? And know, like, okay, maybe I do need to stay in my lane right now. Because when I can work on things that I do know that I have strength, I have talent and skills with, then something else will come up. Again, I'm going to share with you guys, I'm sure you guys know this, but the greatest cure to creative block is trying a different task or creating something totally different. Taking a step back, taking a step away. It takes strength and talent and skills actually to know when to stop. You don't always have to quit, but you do have to stop at times. Because, again, who wants to hit their head against a brick wall? Are you going to bust it open? No. So, in the light, we're creating things. We're working magic. And guess what? The Six of Swords, boo? The light. Isn't this like, come on, y'all. Spirit, thank you for coming through. Because, like, it already tells the story. You don't have to know how to read tarot by seeing these images. You are creating, but you're learning the process. Do you have the right tools? Do you have all the elements, all the ingredients for what you need? Maybe you don't. Taking time to sit with yourself, to comfort yourself, to learn new things, as the Hermit talks about, you will be able to figure out a process. And again, maybe learning the new process is taking a step back, knowing how your body feels when it totally needs rest, knowing how your body feels when you have, or when you're on the edge of burnout, right? And learning ways to recover, physically, mentally, emotionally. That could be the thing that is blocking you from your creation. It depends, but we're taking time right now because the bridge here is drop your guards. This is a protection guardian. It says drop your shield. Let's see if I can tap in. Because, okay, this is a lot coming up. So again, like I was saying in the beginning, right? Some of y'all turned introvert basically from a lot of things that has happened to you. You're not a natural introvert, but you're growing spiritually, and growing spiritually definitely feels like you're out naked and afraid, kind of like just left out in the wild to learn something totally new. But Spirit is with you. This is a guardian of protection. Do you see its wings? And right here, it's reminding me of the hand of Fatima, if I'm not mistaken. I would turn to show you because I have one right here. And I've always been drawn to it. I'm not Muslim, but I've just been drawn to just things that I've seen. And I do have a Muslim family member. But that doesn't really even matter. I don't know why I'm drawing over here. Angels are with you. And I'm also hearing, don't be afraid to stand out. Some of you are creating things. Nah, not some of you. All of y'all. I mean, as a spiritual entrepreneur, you are creating something new that will be transmuting your family line even. It's a little bit different from a Joe Schmo entrepreneur, right? And then it's a little bit different from a solopreneur because you have a faith-based entrepreneur, you have a mission-based business that you are doing, and you are bringing to the table, you're bringing to your community, right, in your space, to really serve something that is wholeheartedly from you, right, from Spirit, right, with your God-given talents, and making it do what it do, right? Making it do what it do. And that is hard, okay? Because a lot of things you're growing spiritually as you are growing your business, okay? And I just want you to know that Spirit says that you are protected, even though you've been in certain situations that feel like you are raw and just out there, right? But you're protected. Know that. And your ideas are protected as well. And I just want to share this too. This is reminding me of the medicine wheel. And the medicine wheel has a process, right? It's a process of creation, starting childhood. Sometimes it's the process of creation, meaning as like a persona, right? Childhood, teen, adulthood, and elder, right? The circle of life. But it's also about creating something where you have the inspiration for something, right? And then you have that trial and error and trying to understand. And then you have the the growth of something and coming back full circle. I'm not, sharing all, but this is what is really hopeful to look forward to. So it's like something may have been dying, because the winter solstice also, like plants and things like that, it dies. Most green life doesn't necessarily grow, not above ground, at least in the winter, in the cold. But just like food, right? When you put things on ice, it can be preserved. So take time for yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit to really be guided and feel guided, just to be more reflective in this time. Let's get one. All right, let's get one. I do want to share this with you, though. But let's get one, Spirit. Okay? So it's one card. And after this, I'm going to get into the sun sign. All this is popping. I'm going to keep this one. What do we have here? Ooh, self-sabotage. All right, so this is advice here. We have the goddess Mamlombo, self-sabotage. Let me get the book, because I want to... Actually, let me just share this. I do feel that, again, during this winter, right, through reflection, when we feel like we're making the mistakes, right, when we're looking at the things that we don't like, we're transmuting this through understanding that being self-aware is key and is a blessing. And then also, right, it's a next step. Again, we're talking about process. Getting out of these cycles of old things that aren't serving our highest good, that are keeping us stagnant and stuck in the same place. That's what self-sabotage can do. But I'm thinking about myself, how self-sabotage, right? A lot of times I just be so upset, like, damn, why did I do this? I knew better, right? Like, why am I doing this? Instead of comforting myself, like, okay, this is about the 100th time I've done this, right? But how can I do better? And I may not know at that time, but how can I do better? And when I know better, I will do better, especially in the divine timing. So let me just see. Okay, good. It just landed right here. So the Temple of Shadows, right? So shadow monster is Mamlambo. Is the brain-sucking, snake-like, water-dwelling Zulu goddess of the rivers. Doesn't sound good, right? And look how this light is like muffled, right? But the guidance here is you're holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? Yes, go deeper. A lot of things as a spiritpreneur, I'm sure all of us have these gifts, but I do think that a lot of us are on the spiritual journey with our entrepreneurship. And a lot of that is understanding our spiritual gifts, which are our creative gifts, which are our unique abilities that we're relearning. You've always had, but maybe they weren't quite activated during this lifetime, right? We get deep up in here, okay? I know I do. So, like, if you're not about getting deep, this may not be the place for you. But it could be through past lives, right? But it's still within you. And you can look at past lives as ancestral lineages. Maybe there is 6 generations that actually it took for you to come through to actually embody this energy. Or maybe it's 20 generations. I don't know. It depends. Only you will be able to know if you dive deep enough. And what does your self-sabotage help you avoid? Because that's what self-sabotage will do. It helps you avoid things. It's these vices that we go to, or these habits that we've accumulated from pain, or from experiences that just are here for us to really bring, like, to really like learn soul lessons, right? So embodiment. Your inner saboteur is clever, just like the ego. This is a part of your ego that is developed as a child, you know, if we're talking on this lifetime surface level stuff, right? But it's also seductive patterns and behaviors that block your path and your power. So distractions, addictions, cravings, unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is a voice telling you you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger that you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. Step terrorizing. Oh wow, you got a typo. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired actions can you take today? Taking things a day at a time, right? And comforting yourself. Sometimes to me, it's like I'll get so mad. It's just like, all right, I don't want to do this, right? But instead of pouting, I don't want to do this. How about I choose to do something a little bit healthier for me, right? Choose to dig in my self-care tool bag and know that it's going to be okay. I always have another day, and I always have time to just recollect myself and choose to do something different. We do have a choice to change our emotions. Know that. We always do. Even when we feel like we're backed against the wall and there's no choice that we have a choice to center in so we can actually allow that crown chakra to open and receive that information that is needed, that soul guidance that is needed from our spirit crew, from our soul team, and from God, right? So let's get into the zodiac signs, okay? Okay, Aries, let's talk about it. All right, what energy is coming through? What message do I have to share with you for your entrepreneurship during this winter solstice? Okay, Aries. Let's get one message. Okay. So Aries, we have trusting the process of how your next phase unfolds allows room for healing. And then we have the Stag, trust and thrive. Trust 2 times, okay? 2 times. So Aries, you are the pioneer, right? Sun, moon, and rising. And there's something that's been really stirring up inside you. Something that's been growing. And it's actually giving you an opportunity and a platform to actually be your brazy self and really just stand tall like this Stag right here, you know, and share with people like, hey, this is what I got going on. So I want to give my advice to you is that just trust the process. You may not really know the creative process quite yet. You may not have finished creating what you're creating, but at the end of the day, you're healing through the things that you don't know. You're healing through the ways that you react, right, to things that don't work. All right. And you're healing through these impulses that a lot of times feel like a good idea, right? But when you actually work through or start working through them, you might have to rethink it, or you might just chuck it and fuck it, right? So that's what I have to tell you, Aries, is just trust the process. Like, work on yourself internally, whether it's like your physical self, if you need to start exercising more, right? For me, when I move, sometimes I get a lot of downloads, right? That might be for you. Other times it just may be you. Yeah, I'm really just feeling like there's a lot of like self-care, soul care practices that will help you trust yourself more, right? And remove the self-doubt when that creeps up with new things, especially when you're creating new things. And I don't feel like you have a confidence problem. I just feel that it's when you just don't know, you lose confidence. But that's with anybody, honestly. So just be true and new to yourself, and work through these things, okay? And what affirmation wants to come through? I trust the process, no matter what part of the phase I'm in, right? No matter what phase I'm in my creation, I trust my process. That's for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get into Taurus. Okay. So we have for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And create moments for yourself that make you happy. So Taurus, I'm definitely feeling like this is a new stage for you. If you haven't already got into your self-care practices. Let's see. One second, let's see. So yeah, this is a new stage for you. Definitely learn some new things, whether you're learning, you want to take a new course, a new class or whatnot. But it's more focused on that self-care and soul care. A lot of heart space energy too, or your lower chakras, because I'm seeing this red here. Really something that you can ground yourself in. And I know that you don't really deal with change very well, Taurus, but at the same time, you're very good at focusing in and tuning into something once you actually start gaining momentum. Just like the Knight of Pentacles. It may take a while, but you are good with slow and steady rinse the waste. So it's like, just continue doing what you've already been doing, but be open to new phases of that self-love practices, right? And creating things, getting to know yourself just a little bit more, understanding like, okay, this is what makes me happy. This is not what makes me happy. And try not to continue doing things that don't make you happy. The heart guardian is with you though, right? Love, let love, and be loved, right? So if there's some things that you feel that are a little bit afraid, or you've been overprotective, figure out how to drop that shield, because you are guarded, you are protected, and you're guided. But you have to align with the frequency of love in order to do that, right? So again, create those moments. That's why I was saying, like, I think that this is the next phase for you in your self-care practices or your self-care journey. All right. So what would that affirmation look like for you, Taurus? I'm hopeful for new things that make me feel happy. Okay. Let's get into this Gemini. What are some things, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that you can focus on during this winter season? All right, so we have, what can you do to not be so hard on yourself right now? And then we have the She-Wolf, which is unleash the wild within. So, Gemini, I think that sometimes we get caught up with social things, right? And it's almost like, well, what are people going to say? What are people going to say about me acting this way, right? But there is a side of you that Gemini likes to protect. Sometimes it's certain things that that you're very well educated on, but you don't share that side because maybe you know that those people won't listen to you. Or, I'm also hearing like, oh, that's kind of weird, but it doesn't matter, right? It's a wild side too. And Gemini, I know Gemini to be very comfortable. If a Gemini shows that goofy side, they're comfortable. They're comfortable. And I feel like maybe I'm speaking to the Geminis that have not been in a comfortable situation or felt safe around certain people. And I do think that there's something that you do need to like release and just, like the wolf, right? It howls at the moon to release that energy, not also to connect with the other wolves, right? But how can you connect with your soul tribe if you're not really truly being authentically you, right? So it's really like, share that side of you that you've been hiding a little bit, Gemini. And don't be so hard on yourself. If you've been trying a lot to share that side and it's just like not really like working, you might just not be ready. Don't force yourself to do that. Don't force yourself. But also just confide in self right now. Confide in the ways that you have been working so hard to do, but don't be that anxious to reveal it either. If you're not ready to do that, then you're not ready, and it's okay. Again, I just keep seeing, don't be so hard on yourself. Find comfort during this winter seasons to really write down things, to speak things, speak existent on things, or also not even speak existence, but write down like this communication, right? Learn how to embody, right? And embrace the things that you are trying to move forward with. So an affirmation that I'd share with you would be, I will embrace more comfort and joy in my life right now. I think that's a good one for you, Gemini, okay? So let's go into Cancer, all right? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'll get one more. Okay, Cancer, what do we have here? So we have the animal guardian, trust your instincts. And are you listening to your inner voice or... I love when this happens. Trust your instincts. Are you listening to your inner voice or outside opinions? So that it's pretty clear as day here. I do think that Cancer, there's something that you know that should or should not be happening, but you're not trusting those feelings, those gut instincts, the intuition. Cancer, you are one of the most intuitive signs, one of the most, right? And I'm looking at these birds too. I don't know if I'm speaking to somebody that's probably a special message for y'all, but like whoever is into birds, right? That sees birds as certain spirit animals or it gives messages, and you're seeing those and you're still going against the grain. Come on. I feel like if you're on that level, don't do that. Trust, right? And if you're having a hard time trusting, look at the people, places, and things that you're around, because it may be those energies that you're around right now that are really messing with your intuition, clouding your judgment, and really not putting you in the right vibration that you need to be in to really hear the messages, receive the messages clear so that you can trust, right? Now, some of you may be going through a phase right now and probably would deepen this new level or layer of your energy that's shifting, for the better, maybe learning new gifts, new skills. But like the onion that I'm seeing right now, we're peeling a new level and we're reaching another part of us that is a core part of us that helps us learn and receive the intuitive guidance. And you may be going through that process right now, Cancer. What else wants to come through? I just think that like some things you just may need to cut cords with. But for others, it's like this fine tuning, kind of like when you're trying to find a station on the radio and it's not getting clear. You're going through that phase so you can actually find that right station and really trust. So I don't want to hit the hand because you may be going through that phase where it's just like, oh, I don't know how to trust. Like, where are y'all? You know what I mean? Sometimes it is like you feel like, dang, I used to get clear guidance, but now it's just like whatever. Maybe it's just a new phase that you're stepping into. And during this winter solstice, during this winter season, it's a time to retreat, right? Not go to some of those places, not interact with some of those people, so you can really hear and be with yourself and understand this new frequency that you're starting to be. But for others, y'all know what y'all need to be doing, but for some reason you're not doing it. So I think that I'm just really seeing Cancer. I'm really seeing you as being a little bit by yourself, a little bit during this winter season may really benefit you. Not only for yourself and your intuition, but for your business. Because intuition is important when making decisions for your business. And if you're not in the right balance or frequency, right, it can mess up your judgment and make decisions that you're not so proud of. So be strong, feel the protective energy around you, and if you don't, retreat from certain places so you can feel it a little bit more. And it may take weeks, it may take all winter, I don't know, but it is something that you may need to commit more to yourself with being more alone during this winter season. Okay, so the affirmation that I have for you, Cancer, would be, I value my alone time. Okay, that's your affirmation, Cancer. Let's see, what do we have for Leo? That came right out. Sun, Moon, and Rising, Leo. Okay. All right. How can we do this differently? Don't underestimate the power of trial and error. Okay. And then we have the Crow. It says release the old and reset. So this is autumn. Autumn just left us. And I was hearing like two things. Now for some of you, some of the stuff that's coming in 2024 autumn is going to be like, bring in the abundance, okay? But also, autumn that just left us, I do think that you saw value in something. It may not happen in the right timing or the way that you needed to, but there was a seed that was set, and you did actually receive some goodness, some abundance that did happen. You know, for me, I made a big choice for myself to move, and that was releasing the old for sure. But it also was a ripple effect on a lot of things. A lot of things that I gained clarity of. I got abundance of clarity, which actually helped me release things. So I started getting a lot of downloads, right? But I knew that I wasn't able to implement them at that time. So I'm just sharing that with you because maybe that was something that you may have felt, you know? And I feel that during this winter time, cozy on up, write those things down, continue to release, but write those ideas down and figure out a process, because you are changing things and doing things differently. But I think for many of you, Leo, right? Sun, Moon, and Rising, you do it big. You have big emotions. You shine bright, right? You attract big things. And it takes a while for big energy to come down, okay? It takes a while to feel comfortable with the big energy of newness that you may be embodying. So don't underestimate the power of trial and error. You may have felt like you have retried something 1,000 times, but maybe 1,001 might be that time, might be that thing. So just give yourself some rest, and it's going to work out. All right. So I would say for you, I trust the new energy that I am embodying right now. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Okay. So Virgo comes next, right? All right. That just came right out. Virgo, what we got for you? What's this winter solstice energy? We're going to pick that. Okay. So the great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And then we have intentions show the true motives behind your actions. I think for you, Virgo, you may have been in a place where you were trying to be so perfect about some things that you kind of started like dampening the mood and missing out on the joy of what you really set your intentions to begin with. um, and sometimes certain things just don't happen. I'm definitely hearing right now that saying, um, I know I might chop this up, but tell God your plans and it laughs at you. I know it's not. I know that's not the saying, but it's something like that, because it's like you have bigger plans waiting for you, but because you were so stuck on a certain way of being, of how it has to be, you're not really appreciating what really is there for you. Um, there's a huge spiritual lesson that you are learning and that you are trying to digest. Okay. For a lot of you, it already happened and you're kind of like, what the just happened? And you're trying to digest it. For others, you pretty much know, but I feel like to really close the door on the lesson is for you to act differently about something. Gratitude. Bring in that gratitude, because gratitude definitely teaches you a lot, but it definitely teaches to appreciate the things that you have now in the present moment. Because if you're being present and still with yourself, there are things to be happy for. It really is. You might not have anything, right? But if you can be present for just breathing, for the sun rays on your face or the gray clouds, I don't know. But, to each his own situation. And also, right now, is a great time to reset intentions. And just be a little bit easier on yourself during this winter. Because when you're aware that it's a spiritual lesson, a lot of times you might think that, okay, I learned this lesson, but when it keeps popping up, it's like, damn, did I not get it? But I think that one, it's other layers, and two, it just might be a big ass lesson that you needed to learn. And it's different levels to the whole lesson. So be easy on yourself and just know that your intentions will definitely help you understand what the why is, right? When I'm speaking on business terms, sometimes we get drawn away from what we really desire to do because it might be like we're listening to Tom, Dick, and Harry. But when you can understand your why did you start your business in the beginning? Why is this happening? Why did you do what you are doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? Excuse me. Then you can kind of be like, okay, is this still what I feel reign true? Because your truth can change. If it changed, then make new intentions, okay? So for you, what are we going to say? What is your affirmation? I accept the lessons that I am learning in my life and am open to the wisdom that is placed before me. That's what I got for you, Virgo, okay? So, Virgo, Libra. Sun, Moon, and Rising, Libra. Okay. Be brave and be honest. This was upside down when I picked this up too. I don't do reversals with these cards, but that says something here because it says patience grows stronger with faith and confidence. I think you're up against some new things that is happening, and some new things might be like things dying off for you, Libra. And Libra, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because these new things that are coming in are definitely what you ask for, and it's also what is best for you. You might not think that it's best for you, but it is. And For some Libras, I feel like you've been at the crossroads with some things, and Spirit has your back, but you do have to trust and have faith to receive these new things, right? And for others, it's like, release the fear, because what you don't have is opening more room to what will be, what is needed for you to grow in this space. For others, Libra, it's like old habits die hard. And I think that deep down inside, you really want to let it go, but you're afraid because it's new and you don't know how to act. And it's like, how do I do this? Like, you know what I mean? And you do know how to do it. And you will know and grow into understanding how to do it. But you have to be patient with yourself. I don't know what this is, but I do know that it's something that you asked for. Like, look at the roses in the background. One is bloomed, right? But there's like two others that aren't. And I definitely think that this is an emotional thing. And I also think, and I'm hearing the word sabbatical. It's like you may have tried to let go of this sometimes, but felt like a failure. And this could be why that you're feeling a little bit fearful. But please trust yourself, trust Spirit, have patience with yourself. Because like I said in the beginning, habits die hard. Old habits die hard, right? And they go out with a bang. But not in a bad way. It's just like kind of, I'm sorry, Libra, you're hard at it. And don't be afraid, because certain things may have shooken up in your life, right? Don't be afraid of a lot of losses that have happened in your life. Again, this is Spirit, Universe, God helping you make room for new things that you need. Spirit sees the all unseen, and you may think you know what you need, but Spirit knows better. So really trust. And during this winter, just focus on things that can gain your faith. Focus on things that can gain your strength, like we were talking about in the collective. What are some good things that you have naturally that are healthy, right? That help you and help you grow and help others grow. There has to be something. If you don't know, learn that. That's something that you can do and focus on during this winter season. And what does faith mean to you? Because faith may be a way of helping you feel more confident. But what are you actually having faith in is the question. So self-reflect on some of those things, because that will definitely help you during this winter season for your personal growth as well as your business growth. Okay, Libra? All right, so what do we have? Scorpio. Scorpio. My back is hurting, y'all. All right, so Scorpio. And did you forgive yourself in the process? And then we have set your sights higher, stargazer. I think you already have set your sights higher, Scorpio. You don't have a problem doing that. But I think the problem is there's a block here. Like, I don't think you forgave yourself. I have learned some new things about forgiveness. And forgiveness ain't about that other person. A lot of times we make it about that other person. That's why it's so hard to forgive. But forgiveness is about opening the crown chakra. Not crown. Maybe you need to. But opening the heart chakra. Letting light in, maybe through the crown, right? Okay, I can share that. For some of you that are very visual, right? You can practice taking some deep breaths, visualizing your crown opening like a flower and allowing light to shine in. And definitely sit there with your heart and have this here. I felt like I needed to give that to you. I heard, I speak it. And that is a practice that you can do to really help balance your heart chakra. Because again, forgiveness is 9.9 for you. It's for you. It's for you to grow. It's for you to love yourself, for you to know what your worth is. It's for you to know what you deserve, to deserve better, right? Set your sights higher. You can always set goals high, but you won't reach them because there's a part of you in your energy, in your mind, saying that you don't deserve this, right? You're not worthy of this. The worth that you hold right now is not there. So there's a need for you to, I can't remember the other sign. What was it, Taurus? Practice some deeper self-love during this winter, right? And I feel like it's not to disregard what happened and say that like, oh, whose fault and all. Like, no, it's setting it higher, that we're not even looking for faults. We're looking to feel the love because of whatever happened has brought your energy down here when you don't, that's not where you need to stay, right? So Scorpio, understand the forgiveness process starts with you. You are forgived, right? And you have permission to move higher. All right. So start understanding what that process looks like for you, and what that feels like for you, so you can actually reach those higher marks and goals that you are looking to tap into. Okay. So my affirmation for you, Scorpio, would be, forgiveness starts with me, and I'm okay with that. Okay? So let's go with Scorpio, Sag. Let's go, Sag. What do we have? Sag, Sun, Rising. Okay, so Sag, we have, sometimes you think you already know, but you have no idea. Be open to the new information and opportunities. And then we also have Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. Okay, so there is an inner knowing, and then there is an outer knowing. And sometimes you don't know. But I'm hearing big on your intuition. You know, your intuition a lot of times is something that you don't know, but you're being guided in that way to understand and know, if that makes any sense. Follow your intuition, Sag, because when you think, you know, when you're thinking a lot of things, that's a lot of your ego. That's a lot of just your human self, as you can say. But when you're in your spirit self, when you're aligned with your intuition, it's bringing you to things that don't really make sense. It's not your logic. It's not logical. So when you can trust that inner knowing, when you can trust that intuition, you can move in the best way, shape, or form that is guided in the right space for you and what's meant for you and only you. So don't block that by being like, oh, this don't feel right, or I don't think this is correct, right? When you start thinking if you're right or things are correct, and that's being too logical, that's not your intuition. And a lot of times, again, if you think you know something already, how are you going to learn? You can do something 10 times or more, right? The same thing, and be like, oh, I already know this. But honestly, it's like watching a movie, right? For X amount of times. If you're open to learning something, you'll see something new that you didn't see in that movie. But you have to be open to that. Just like you have to be open to spirit and allowing that intuition to guide you in the right space. I'm also looking at how this is making an infinity symbol right here too in this image. And you probably are going through cycles, different cycles that feel the same, but it's might be trying to show you something different. So again, be open. Do I have anything else to say? No, Sag. I just think that be open. So my affirmation for you, Sag, is I am open to the new possibilities, places and spaces that are meant for me. Okay? So what's after Sag? Capricorn. Happy birthday to the Capricorns, because I'm sure you're going to be watching this. Winter solstice is actually the mark of the start of Capricorn season. So happy birthday, Capricorns. And this message is also for Capricorn rising moon too. So one more thing. What we got for you to focus on? Okay. Okay, we got snake here. Shed old skin, boo. Shed old skin. Are you focused on the solution or the problem? Very good question for you, Capricorns. Now, I'm not trying to come at you, Capricorns. Sometimes y'all can be a little bit pessimistic. Don't come for me. But I know that when you actually are open to change and when you are ready to shed new things, shed skin for new things, you have no problem releasing. And that's what I love you for. But this card here is, are you focused on the solution or the problem? Which one do you think is best to focus on? Right? Focusing on the solution, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have to look at the problem, but it does mean that don't spend so much time on the problem where you're not focused on the solution. Shedding the old skin can help you do that, right? But I think because Capricorns a lot of times are very practical, I think that it would make sense for you to understand what the problem is. So then in turn, you can actually shed that skin because it allows you to know what you're shedding, right? And then it's like, okay, process. Just like this whole message of winter solstice and all is about the process. So what the process is one, what's the problem? Okay, we got that. We're not going to sit on that long. Now we're going to release this old skin, release this problem so we can really focus on the solution. And focusing on the solution may take some while. It may take trial and error. But trust and believe, if you're focusing on the solution, you're going to get it because you're trying, because you're understanding that, okay, this doesn't work. Trial and error, right? So Capricorn, I don't think that you're new to this type of process. You are the GOAT. You climb freaking mountains, okay? But I do think that something may have knocked you down and you may be tired because you don't want to go through that process. But I'm here to tell you that it's something that you innately or easy, I don't want to say easy, but naturally know how to do. If there's something that you have been in that has taken you away from your natural self, it's really time to release that. And during this winter season, especially your season, it's just comforting yourself and understanding I am blessed that I am aware of this. Because there's a lot of people walking around that don't know. And it's okay to not know. But, ignorance is not always bliss. It can feel like it sometimes when we are open and become knowing of certain truths. I can definitely vouch for that. Some truths is like, damn, I wish I didn't know. But how do we move past that, right? Figure out some type of solution to ease the mind and the heart. So whatever plopped down on you, Capricorn, that may have slowed down your process even, but definitely if it has gotten you away from your natural self, please take time during your Capricorn season as well as the winter seasons to just be in gratitude more. And my affirmation for you is I am blessed to be aware. Now move towards the solution. Okay? Because it is a blessing to be aware, but it's also another process towards that. Like we were stating in the beginning. We're aware of the problem. Okay, cool. Let's focus on either how to release it, or if you know how to release it and focus on a solution. All right? That's what I have for you, Capricorn. To get into this Aquarius, and then we got one more, Pisces. Okay, Aquarius. We got High Priestess, Aquarius. What's up? Okay. Harness mystic power. So I think that you've kind of been like, it's very, Aquariuses are so interesting, but I think you've been really, you opened the door to your spirituality already, Aquarius, but you've been tiptoeing around things, because this is saying showing up for yourself and taking responsibility for your actions is the real commitment. One, are you holding yourself accountable for this that you do, Aquarius? And two, taking responsibility. You wanted to open the door to spirituality, but then you're not doing spiritual practices. Like, what's up with that? That's how I feel. Bam, boom, your reading is done. But I think that it's time to move to the next level. And you may think deep down inside, if you can sit with yourself, you know that you haven't been doing what you've been doing. But you might have this facade or fake talk about like, well, why isn't this happening? I think that it's because you haven't taken responsibility yet, because you haven't committed to the practices that you need to actually grow into the next phase of something. You do know, but just because you know doesn't mean that you, one, understand. And just because you know doesn't actually mean that you're taking action to do what you know, right? Are you? I don't know. The cards are saying no. So I think for you, Aquarius, it's really sitting with this knowing more so you can understand it. It's kind of reminding me of your good friend Gemini. Gemini can also know things, right? But don't really take time to experience because they're just bombarded with all these mental things, right? Again, you can know something but not truly understand it. Take time to look at it, because I don't know where this Gemini is coming from, but Gemini is great naturally at seeing things at 360 when they can actually sit still. Look at all the degrees of things, both sides of things, right? All encompassing, so you can really digest and then be able to regurgitate. But also to commit, because there's something brewing with you, Aquarius, that you know, but you haven't taken action yet. And I feel like if you feel more comfortable with when taking action, when you fully understand it, then do so. But take this season for Aquarius. It may be an Aquarius season, I don't know. But take this season as in winter to really practice what you preach. Practice your knowing, experience, experiment, and understand what you really know so you can then take action, okay? So what affirmation do I have for you? I know that my commitments will birth great gifts. That's it. All right. There you go. Last but not least, Pisces, what we have for you. Sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Pisces. Maybe this is a lifetime thing, because I always feel like shame is always around for some reason. But I do know, Pisces, you can hold guilt that's not yours. And that might be a life type of thing. Let me stop messing with that little lock. So Pisces, we have Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. And shame dims the light of your innocence. I do think that during this hermit time, this might be like a water sign thing during this winter season, but it's kind of like looking at one, trusting your intuition, trusting that feeling that you get, and not acting against it, and also forgiving yourself can actually help you remove the shame and the guilt. Not only that, but also the victim mentality. I'm not saying that you weren't a victim of anything, but to turn it around, to transmute that energy, to shift from one mindset to another is looking from victim mentality, lack mentality, to abundant mentality, victor mentality. Like we were talking about in the general reading, you have succeeded, right? And because when we stay in this hurt, right, whether it's guilt, shame, suffering, a lot of times you don't realize the gratitude of it not happening to you right now in that present moment, meaning that you have succeeded past that. One, you're alive, because a lot of things that are traumatic, with the snap of a finger could have turned into like a death situation, I'm sure of, right? And two, F those people. You don't need to take that stuff personal. Don't make it personal. Because if you make it personal, that's kind of like allowing the Velcro to stick on you. Say, this is what I am. I identify with this. You don't have to identify with that shit. Okay? You don't. You don't. If you want to be something else and you want to identify with something else, just know, is that true to your core? Because if it is, then it is. There's truth within you, and there's true truths from the universe. And one thing from the universe is embodying alignment. If you're embodying that energy, that's what it is. Energy cannot be destroyed or, right? Ooh, I'm chopping stuff up now. But I feel that there's a need for the deeper self-love, right, during this winter season. And knowing that there has been a lot of things that you have made grow. There's a lot of things that you have manifested and put your finger on the pulse, Pisces. But if you're in a space that feels like a little stagnant right now, know that there may be some shame that you're holding on to. There may be some yucky energy that you're identifying with that is from the past. It's definitely not present, and you don't want to bring it into the future. So by being present, embracing gratitude, embracing forgiving yourself, giving yourself permission to heal whatever that is, will really help bring in the love. All right. And I do think that even though winter doesn't have that much of a greenery season, right? I think that going outside or going on a trip where there is some green area, right, a little bit more warm, can actually do your body and your soul good, Pisces. So my affirmation for you is, I am loved and comforted, right? And then I kind of want to say, I release shame and guilt from the past and am more present with myself. Okay? Whew. So that is all that we have here. I really hope that this helps you all. Thank you for those that have stuck around and listened to the whole message. Or even if you clicked on the timestamp to hear this, thank you very much. I am taking time to really embrace my creative skills during this winter season. And I'll be showing some of my images with you all because I am finally working on my heart. This project that I've had on my heart for a while, y'all. Spirit will not let me down with this. So it's time. And I want to share this with you. So if you're watching this on Substack, my Queen of Wands Club, I am opening a new section for you to subscribe to where you can get exclusive stories. You can get exclusive images, discounts on my own journey, my Soul Called Business Oracle deck. I made a Soul Called Crowdfund where there are certain items that I have for sale, which you can actually support me by buying some of that. And you can also get mini readings by me that also supports my Soul Called Crowdfund, which is the beginning stage for my Oracle deck. But I'm in the very beginning stages of just showing and sharing images that will be made, whether they're sketches or full actual completions of digital artwork and paintings. This is a whole process that I'm going to be sharing you my creative process, and I really am inviting you to be along for the ride. So if you want exclusive content along the lines of that, you can definitely subscribe because there'll be a different subscription in the Substack. And if you're not part of the Substack family and you're watching this on YouTube, definitely check it out because my Queen of Wands Club is all about the queen that embodies that spiritpreneur energy, that leadership energy, that way shower, that creative soul that is taking leadership of their community and being of service to those building a business on a mission, a soul mission. All right. So if you have any questions, definitely comment below. If you have any comments, comment below. And I'm just excited to connect with you all during these this winter season, and especially this new year that will come after that, which is the spring. So yeah, look out for more. Check out the links below. And again, subscribe, whatever, wherever you're at, YouTube, Substack, wherever, just subscribe. I appreciate y'all. And other ways that you can support me is by commenting so more people can see this and I get a little bit higher on the algorithm. Another way that you can support me is by sharing with another person that may like this or just liking. All right. So thank you again. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Peace and love. Bye.